that 8-1? Okay.
I thought it was, I said 9 when I saw the draft. You saw gpk punish Limp in the previous series today, Ember versus Lina. And like the panel was talking about, these flex picks are so sick because support Lina is a completely different hero concept. A core Lina, you just initiate on, Ember Spirit very easily can dodge out the stuns, you find kills. Support Lina, however, you're going to be casting, you're going to play the trees, you don't need to get involved. And you offer a ton of burst damage if the Ember ever gets stunned by one of your many disables. Also, there's no counter to Slark. His hero is a game winner, 22 pick. This is a completely free game for Gabby. He can make mistakes, get 100-0, sure, but once he picks up a BKB, it gets real rough for Gambit.
Yeah, because that's when, like, unless the ES can get the instant jump and stun, like, before the BKB gets up, then Slark will have to get out of jail. That's an interesting ward down by KP. That will not last very long unless someone's got no money for a sentry ward, which is exactly what is the case.
Yeah, and it's also cool from TNC. They are total, and I respect this a lot. I think it's the way you want to be drafting nowadays, where they will give you something that has seemed broken throughout the tournament. In this game, you could have morphed Shakered if you were Gambit. They give the Shaker away, but then they go Lina Ogre. This is their canned answer. They're comfortable and confident playing against the quote-unquote broken heroes of the patch. It's a big advantage in the draft.
And nice from Shashlo to grab that bounty rune on bottom. If he didn't do that, in fact, FNG's already tipping him. It wouldn't be a 2-2 trade-off. As TNC just zones Gambit out of their own lane. A little too fearful of the spam that can come their way.
Gambit are going to need a big performance from gpk. Definitely the MVP of the squad so far. You have a nice matchup against a DK. You end up just trading. As soon as you're level 3, you just push waves with Flame Guard. You want to control runes, look to get active around the map. You got an aggro tri-lane starting from TNC. They might just go for a first blood here.
And if they can get the chain stuns, it's good. Dream is low. It only tangos to regenerate.
That was very weird from March. Didn't even cast a spell. Just there for a couple auto attacks. TP's bottom.
Like maybe you have to go down here and help. Well, there's no creep wave for Gabby. That was a double fissure block from Vampire, which just kept the wave up a very long way. But now there's going to be a double wave coming into March and Gabby.
This is very dangerous, though. Slark only level 1. He might have to skill packed early, or he could get dove under tower, because Gambit's going to hit level 2. You're still going to be 1 on both of these TNC heroes, and you can see them auto-attacking the creep wave. I like that from March. He's trying to do his best to push the wave out, because if you end up with 8 creeps under tower and these 2 heroes, you just get blocked, like you're going to die on somebody. So obviously very hard to last it under those circumstances.
The only push he has back is you went for that first point up in Blinding Light.
Hey.
You might mess with the last hits, but it doesn't help with the lane equilibrium.
Yep. A lot of stacks coming out. There's the level 2 block.
Yeah, fissure him up. You got a way to cut free. Gabby will do it. 5 stacks of sticky napalm, and with a Firefly, they just get on top of March as well as Gabby. March be the primary target. Shashlo will get the kill. He doesn't lose the aggro of the tower, so it comes a lot of extra hits. So the upside is the fact that Gabby will get all of this solo experience. The downside is he's going to be contested by Vampire.
It actually pays off for March in a lot of ways. You give away the first blood, sure, but now Gambit can't pressure anymore, and Slark under tower with a ton of base health regen and a bunch of tangos. He's just going to get every last hit. And as you said, solo XP. That's so valuable on a core Slark.
We've been talking about like how far behind he is now. 2 minutes in, he's at level 3, and Shashlo is being chased down by this Keeper of the Light with 2 creep waves. He's trying to be efficient in his farming, and he will be. That's an easy burn money.
But we've seen this how many times, right, Toby? Whenever you see an offlaner pulling creep waves, you got to feel that it favors the carry, especially when it's a Slark. As soon as he's 6, how do you actually make a move on this hero, man?
ES coming in, high speed, looks for the fissure block, able to hit it, actually trapping Lina on the wrong side. So KP becomes the new target. They don't have enough damage to get him. Tims was most definitely the primary target. But with a full creep wave coming in, Vampire's still got all the movement speed in the world, and Dream will chase KP into the tree lines. Tims is not done just yet. He's almost being baited by FNG. They pull the creep wave off to the side, so they get a little bit more damage into the tower. And Flat Cannon will clean this up in just a second. In fact, KP comes in, throws his own stud out, and Vampire maybe thinks about TPing away from here.
He's got boots, he'll be fine. He might want to go back towards bottom, but Shacklo doing a good job. Just now with that level 3, he can just play behind tower, keep pulling creep waves, never really need to contest the Slark. This is what you've got to do as an offlaner when you're countered in the lane. Coddle not exactly able to zone you himself.
I love how we said, like, he's counted the lane, 21 CS, compared to the Gyrocopter CS of 9.
Yeah.
Like, Dream is, with this one creep he's about to kill, will hit 10. This is not his start. GPK also feeling a lot of pressure, but then the Fissure ready to come in from behind, combining with the Totem. The Fissure just holding Armel in position. There is no aftershock, so they can't get the stuns. It just body blocks, and GPK does no damage.
Yep. That's a 10 armor DK, 13 when he's under tower. Armel's so good at this hero. I like the double bracer build as always. He has a Midas queued up post treads. Might see him go for that Radiance build as well. We shall see, but you just hit too hard. It's very difficult to take this hero down.
I feel like this is one of the most hilarious things, like just watching March move between lanes. Top lane, a lot of damage into Dream, but he'll be fine. But March, not even level 2 yet on this Keeper of the Light. Shashlo is waiting for a courier snipe. I don't think he does enough damage for this either.
It's the right call though. You've got Gabby down bottom. He's 5.5. This is the Dream. And he's gonna be rushing a Midas, it looks like. TNC comfortable gonna take this into the late game. They do outscale. Gyro, typically very poor matchups against both Slark and DK. You also have a ton of magical burst, obviously, from that offlane dual lane.
Shashlo starting his farm once again. Dragging multiple creep waves, trouble for FNG, getting stun locked down. Dream tries to create a little bit of extra space, focusing on Tims. He's actually going to have enough damage with the help of the Stroke of Fate that FNG got before death to get the kill, and we're 9 seconds away from those 5-minute bounty runes. That'll be the next big target. KP, I don't think he even really wants to fight this. In fact, with the Blinding Light, yeah, Dream gets pushed back. And it's just going to be a bounty rune trade-off. Gabby already getting aggressive, jumping forward. If he can actually leash Shashlo, in fact, more trouble for ES. Vampire, I thought he was out of here. Shashlo was still able to get the bounty rune. He needed that because he needed the bottle charges.
Yeah.
But losing the ES was probably not part of the plan.
A cool build from Tims. Skips his Q, just 2 points Light Strike Array along with the passive. Increase the stun duration, bit more damage. Because they're just looking to harass, right? You've got really low mana cost spells. So just spam stun to harass, get somebody down to 50%, then you can find kills in the next rotation.
They're baiting the DK forward, so Fissure from Vampire's able to lock him in place. The Stroke of Fate slows him down, not to mention the Inkswell stun, but Blinding Light pushing GPK up the hill, but Armel commits the Dragon Tail. Very low on mana, he still had Mango available. But this is the first Dragon form being popped, and he really wanted to do damage to the Tier 1 tower, which Gambit stopped.
Yep. Gambit loved this early pressure. When you see the Earthshaker, you can assume he's going to be roaming, but Armel, arguably the most formidable hero in Dota to try and take out in the mid lane.
And he actually stole the double damage through March. Blinding Light feels so good on all the Coddle players we've had at this tournament.
Slark has a Midas en route. This is insane. And I know it feels weird what March has been doing, but he has had such high game impact, even as just a level 2 Coddle. Coming over, give mana to your teammates, Blinding Light for saves. And more importantly, you ditched bottom so that Gabby can have an absolutely free time. Approaching level 7 at not even 7 minutes into the game. Like, this is going perfect for TNC.
The hero that you have a free game on, you just want to keep going with, Armel. And Dragon Tail stun is not that low a cooldown when you've got a Keeper of the Light standing behind you. So yeah, a 6-minute, not even a 7-minute Midas.
Yeah. It's one of my
Gabby.
This is one of my favorite combos too, because when you get later in the game, maxed out Dragon Tail stun has a 9-second CD. It lasts for 3.25. Chakra reduces cooldowns by 7. It is a double stun. You cannot break it. And when you see a hero like Ember, you know, how are you supposed to survive against 6.5 seconds of chained lockdown from one hero? We're not even counting Alina.
We're about to put KP to the test for survival. The Fissure block from Vampire can actually, no, it doesn't catch Tims again. Ogre, there is no hole to fit that body through, but there's no real damage it feels like Gambit can do to him either. Once again, it's the Lina they want.
And bottom lane, Gabby is just hanging out. He's got a lane ward, he's got a Midas. Whenever you see the 22-pick hero that is completely uncountered, free farm a Midas with no other items, you've got to feel a little concerned.
Into mid, Fissure. He's not going to get there in time, or is he? The Fissure, the block.
Sidestep.
Yep, Armel can't fit through there. GPK, but there's no control. Just spirits away, and Vampire now has to walk away from the DK.
I like that Armel just keeps popping that DK for him. That's how you want to play it. Just keep hitting the Ember in the face. Make it difficult for him to lane.
It's bringing attention from Gambit to the mid lane all the time as well. It's not like they can pressure the side lanes. They can't get down there for the Slark. What are you going to do? Try and kill an Ogre again? And another rune being denied to the mid.
Look at
TNC, they're just on a different level right now.
And yeah, sure, Gyro's farming, right? But look into the Radiant jungle. This shrine, usually just used for efficiency on your mid laner, also comes with a bonus of this triple camp, and then to their left, another triple stack hard camp. Like, everything going the way of TNC. They're checking all the boxes, all the little things done correctly. And it's the reason they're cementing themselves a nice lead here. Maybe not in the net worth department, but in terms of the game state, they are very ahead.
Yeah. It just feels like TNC, like throughout this entire tournament, has always been that one step ahead in draft, in execution. This team has just come together so well in a way that you wouldn't really say reflects a Southeast Asian team. Like, a Southeast Asian team always has that flash, always has that panache, but this is just, they've got that, but they've got it with refinement as well. And to do it this early on in the season, it feels good for the future of TNC. If they can keep refining and getting better than this. Sharshlo's looking for something in there. The Fissure will enable it. The lasso is out. Careful, that actually may get him denied, but no, he'll drag him through the Firefly. And Tim's also trouble on top lane. The stun control from Gambit, able to bite back. Talk good about TNC, and all of a sudden Gambit get 2 kills. I apologize in advance.
The thing you got to keep in mind, though, like, the issue isn't, like, right now, sure, the games are going well, lanes are even, but TNC are doing this, they're going to be buying 3 Midases.
Here we go from DK. Where's the follow-up stun? In fact, now it's just DK, Dragon Form, and Dragon Talented Batrider pushing back out of the tower with a blinding light, and KP and Munch just rotate in to punish Gambit's aggression.
That's Midas complete for KP, and that the game is even, sure, but TNC aren't buying real items, they're buying Midases. They've already got 2 online, now a fight for this top rune. Dream does have ultimate up, 9 seconds.
Well, the homing missile timing will be nice, keeping KP out of the fight, but Marsh stands on the rune and with Tim's behind him.
For the high ground? Ooh.
Still going to be a 2-for-2 trade-off. Ember Spirit, wow, keep going on to for the DK. That's a B-Team Batrider coming in. That one creep stayed alive, and I think Sharshlo is biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Sees the Ancients.
And a leak.
I'll just keep going.
Radiant's middle tower is
Still got bottle
attack.
charges available. So really just messing with the ancient stack more than anything else. While Armel's forced into the jungle, the opposite side to farm.
Casual bracer on the Slark. I really like this from Gabby. There's a lot of spell resist built in, 5% magic resist, but more importantly, it's that base HP, right? You think about it, how does he die in this game? If he gets 100 to 0 in a stun lock. Boost that raw HP pool early, make sure that that's not a possibility. You've got a Midas. You can afford to invest in some defensive items before all-inning for that defusal.
You can see Vampire with his itemization understanding that element too. Going for the Blink Dagger, like he's a stick, boots, and trying to find the remainder of the farm to get in directly into that jump-in Echo Slam instant stun.
He's only level 4 is the concern. Shaker really wants 10 before he starts to make these moves. You want maxed out Aftershock and Fissure when you get that blink.
That's why they're giving him bottom lane. Pressure on top lane from Dream and FNG. Sharshlo on the hunt. Ever since these BTs are up, he's trying to be more of a presence across the map, and rightly so. That's obviously what the item's meant to do for you.
And it's cool that they take turns, too. Armel, he got a little bit of help middle. Now just says, all right, March, you've been running around the map for a while. You were level 2 at 10 minutes in. How about you take mid for a bit? I'll go farm the woods. Really nice that they trade off like that. Support, you get your core ahead by effectively just running in circles, and then they give you a little income, help you recover so that you're a real hero too. Almost level 6 on the Coddle, now they're hunting.
Oh, GPK. Blinding Light pushes him back, misses the Sleight of Fist, Dragon Tail stun, but Light Strike Array is not in range. Also protected by that level 4 Flame Guard. Now they try and turn themselves. Sharikop's going to arrive. The call down, no, it's going to be Will-O-Wisp to begin with. They're holding it for the moment. And flat cannon damage will chip, but it won't do anything else. A haste-runed Batrider wants a fresh target. Ember Spirit, now maybe you got a chance.
Lasso.
Bonding them together. Armel as well as KP pulled together under the call-down. The flat cannon damage, huge damage into TNC. Gambit, they bring the deeps and keep the dive going. As 3 heroes of TNC are lost and Gambit come alive. But keep in mind, there's no Slark through this fight. He's taking the tier 1 tower in the meantime on bot lane.
That was sick. Sick though from Gambit. They had to try and get something done. Shackle on the side with that haste rune, as you said. The Grimstroke Bat combo. We saw this at TI, still very effective. As we check out some of those spooky trees.
I like
Halloween
'em.
fast approaching.
Take a good fern every day.
Yeah, it's very nice, but it's the objectives that are going to count for Gambit. They're playing up against 3 Midases. They do not have the luxury of trying to out-farm in this game, as all 3 cores of TNC shall be accelerating. And some faster than others. AP hits the lotto.
It is crazy that multicast works on that. Like,
no comment.
it's just, you know what, we need a little bit more RNG in this game. Ever since 17% really wasn't as strong as 17%, like, you needed something else.
Yeah, it's just a standard game now for TNC. Relax. They had the right idea in the sense that you can see, like, they blew all these spells in the mid-fight, but it wasn't really a fight. They didn't actually think about getting aggressive. They knew that their goal was merely to ensure they survived, but really well done by FNG to get the poke off with the Soulbind, and then obviously with the hasted Batrider, it's not hard to find the lasso, but they need more fights like that. You need to collapse, find multiple kills, and then get towers. The difficulty is, and I don't mean to harp on TNC and why they're ahead, but it's so much easier for them to play the game. They don't need to do anything. Just relax, farm, eventually you win that one fight, breaks the game open.
It's when Slark actually starts to hunt, right?
Exactly.
Like, so Gambit can have all these fights, but how do you get the initiation? Like, the items are starting to arrive for Gambit, and this is terrific. Like, you've got drums, boots on Batrider. It's the fast movement speed Bat that we know and love. A Blink Dagger from the ES will be afforded in 20 gold, so they have the jump in abilities, but isn't that the way the TNC don't want to play? They want Slark just to run around the back, get that pick off on the back line, so Gambit are always one player down, so they can never get the combination because they don't have it all up. But that means that Gabby has to remain aggressive. Okay, come on, guys. We are not starting to cheer when we get double multicasting Midases.
Hey, maybe we'll have reason to now. Bottom rune, smoke move coming out. Gabby on one.
Man, that's a lot of players ready to go. Gabby quickly jumps away. He's already used his Dark Pact, however. Spirit jumping forward, has to go into the Shadow Dance. And a quick pick off of the Willow. Whisper gpk wants to keep this fight going. March with the new target with the Inks. Well, he just can't run away.
Marsh will be the sacrificial lamb. His whole goal there was to save his Slark, and you'll do that. It seems like a waste, right? You use the Coddle ult, the Slark ult, but that is a win. 5 Gambit heroes were there. You only lose your 5 position, and the net worth advantage actually increases for TNC off that play because they got 3 bounties.
Yep, they got 3 bounties. The DK just did the triple stack, and they're going to get the kill onto FNG or Gabby. No, we can't close the distance. Man, that felt late. Soulbind, and here comes KP just to hold hands for half a second.
This is This will be an interesting one. You have a BKB on the Dragon Knight momentarily. The one hero he has troubles with at the moment is that Bat plus all that magical damage from Gambit. But you know, again, when you get a Midas this early and your team will outscale, you can get that fighting item that denies Gambit's aggression, extend the game. It's not going to be punished like it usually would.
And Tim's having trouble getting away from the Batrider. Shashlo just plays the river. Gabby trying to pounce himself forward. Can't get the grab, however, on Bat. While I keep my eyes on mid lane, Vampire is waiting for this Blink Echo. He just wants one target to come in closer.
Oh. Crowd goes wild. KP making the most of his Midas purchase. Who needs to farm?
Skill-based, skill-based. The tier 1 tower, they're going to fortify it up both sides. Shows you just how much both sides want to keep this tier 1 tower alive or dead. Yep. And DK will TP in. Gyrocopter playing from the tree lines. Armel's waiting the timeout, just trying to get in range for that Dragon Tail stump because he doesn't have the range for him just yet. But Echo! Vampire! It's the backline! They keep the chainsaws going! DK's gonna go down! Again, TNC under the tier 1 tower get pounced by Gambit! It was the Batrider double lasso before, but now it's the Slammer!
Absolutely beautiful. That's the degree of execution Gambit are gonna need if they want to take this game. No chance to react. TNC immediately lose 3. We'll watch this again. Perfect positioning from Vampire. The Fisher, boom, AoE, just perfect timing. And because of the Gyrocopter, the Ember Spirit, these heroes have so much burst magical damage, there is not a damn thing you can do, and Armel loses near 1,600 health in the blink of an eye. Hell yeah, FNG. That's the sort of play that makes you start to feel it. It's a tough game for Gambit. They're going to need to continue this high degree execution. And isn't it wild, you know, this new meta, it's 13-3 Gambit. They've taken 2 consecutive huge fight wins, but it still feels like they're the ones that have the emphasis to continue to do more.
You know, I was explaining Dota before to someone in the crowd as like, okay, you're 13-3, you feel like you're ahead in 1 second. Oh, only one. But like, you feel like you're ahead with 13-3 from looking from an outside perspective. That looks great. You're 1k gold up, but it's the countering abilities. March going to get caught in the tree lines, dead very, very quickly. I'm uncertain what he hoped to achieve down here. But death was the answer.
Yeah, but so far, TNC, they have not looked to fight at all. Every time they're using big ultimates, it's to peel and just run away. You let March die, who cares? But once this Armel BKB comes online, this could change. Hood up on KP, pipe afterwards. And yeah, even the Slark, he'll be going for a BKB after that defusal as well. That's when TNC can actually take some of these fights. For now, though, they're in trouble.
DK, the blink was up, what doesn't even require but a drag down the hill to get the follow-up chain stuns, using both the Inkswell and the Searing Chains. DK, they have the control. And even once you have BKB, if you can't react in time, that's going to happen time and time again if Gambit can get that initiation. And that's the best at that.
I love the way they're playing. Every single hero constantly on this Radiant side of the map. It's what's necessary. Choke them out. If TNC want to try and get any net worth off the map, just kill them. Kill them over and over and over. That's your win condition here. Now they move bottom. Tier 2 already low. Gyrocopter will be finishing his BKB off this wave.
Can they go high ground with this? Like, what's the next objective? You're 19 minutes in. Do you start doing damage to the base? This wouldn't be the first time we've watched Gambit really pressure that safe lane. And,
oh! Only the 2, though. However, now the level 12, we'll see. Maybe we'll even get the ×3.
This is not the highlight of the game. I refuse for this to be the highlight of the game.
Hey, so
Gambit are playing really, really well, and Batrider is looking for another initiation. He's on cooldown for 23 seconds for Lasso.
His whole team's behind him.
Yep, and who's revealing themselves? Okay, Invis Dragonfire came out of somewhere. March is not your target, but you'll pick him off anyway. And now Shashlo flying over the top. There's a great fissure blocking. DK is trapped here. He doesn't have this BKB. He doesn't have anything to escape out. It's just a dead DK, a dead Coddle, and a continuous pressure from Gambit. But I still want to reiterate, the person who is not there, Gabby, he's almost finished a BKB. This feels good for Gambit, but is it good?
It's definitely, they're playing excellent. They're doing what they need to do. It's just hard. They have the draft that's going to need to play, you have to play better the entire game. It really is just going to take one fight, one opportunity for TNC. You pick off the gyro, you find a kill on Bat, get Ember, things start to turn. But for now, so far, so good. You even got a 2k gold lead, and the Ember Spirit of GPK has continued to perform.
So what you're saying is don't lose yourself.
Exactly. Level 15, he's going for the Flame Guard DPS build, probably the Spell Amp, playing on Midas. Midas. Oh.
Disappointed.
Bottom.
Very impressed. March just being picked off time and time again. The Will-O-Wisp will fall. Armel looking to do something but Dream. A nice defensive 10-second BKB ensures that he does TP away to safety.
Really nice.
It's the other hero. Like, we've seen a double Divine Rapier on Dream previously in this competition. Gambit picked this hero because of comfort, because they have faith in him if this game does go late.
Yeah. They have reason to. It's another just mass disable lineup from Gambit. I really love the way they play around the FNG Grimstroke too. It just seems like this is how they're comfortable, especially when you consider GPK. He's a playmaker, right? We watched him on Ember in the previous series, just absolutely owning. And when you gave him not just the Flame Guard, but then the Inkswell as well, to just get in aggro stun off to combo with his chains, you really can't do anything to stop him. It's going to be Gabby. When he chooses to get involved, they'll be able to switch things up. But TNC, they don't have any real initiation. Blink Dagger's queued up for Slark and DK. The BKB is the fighting item. The Blinks are the killing items. Once they pick those up, they can actually start to turn the tide a little bit, try and find Gambit's heroes. They haven't even used a smoke to cross the river yet this game.
I hope they're stockpiling. The smoke's coming from Gambit instead, but who's there? March is there. Observers and sentries. There's a Grimstroke for the double stuns and the double lasso. Get back down here. Get your feet wet, TNC. The call down. The Fincher has blocked the DK in, and down goes one. Wait for ES. He's still got the Echo Slam. Vampire's waiting the back lines. There will be the TP out under the BKB of DK, but now his 10-second BKB is not to get out after killing a hero, it's to get out after they've lost two. But Leash, control. This is Gabby getting finally into the mix. That's his first kill of the game, 22 minutes in, and they are hunting him. Homing missiles, looking for the stuns. He breaks free, and where's your lockdown? He doesn't even need to use his own 10-second BKB.
Oh yeah, level 18 already, 23 minutes into the game. And as you said, Gabby was literally not on the board. Score now, 420. Maybe it's time to smoke up for TNC, get on to the other side of the map. Oh, if he'd landed that pounce, could have done some damage.
Oh, a blink away from Shashlo. Difficult to land that pounce going downhill.
Yeah, another just great fight from Gambit. They don't have vision, just an immediate high ground. Actually, they placed the ward into an immediate, yeah.
It's FNG doing it himself. Like, he threw it down underneath the Obs and Sentry of Radiant. That's why TNC probably felt so good being there.
Yep. And that's how they're going to have to continue to win these fights, right? Engage, find a couple of pickoffs, and then once these BKBs get popped from TNC, rotate out, relax. It's very difficult to fight into the Slark and the DK combo under the cover of spell immunity. You've really nothing to pierce it with the exception of that lasso, which oftentimes they are initiating with. BKB soon to be finished on Shacklo, however, along with the gpk Ember. So perhaps you just trade them. You can trade BKBs, reset, then re-engage.
That means you got to play around Vampire. You saw him just sitting in the back line. It's like, okay, well, BKBs are down, sure. You trade yours, you trade ours, but we still got this big hallelujah play. As everyone battles around their own vision in front of Roshan. I don't think anyone really wants to go into that pit. It doesn't feel like either of these teams are very adept at killing the big man. Not quickly, at least. Or not yet.
Dream just pushing bottom. You can see FNG sweeping the map at all times, placing wards, checking areas. Gyro playing bottom, finishing up that Ags. There's the BKB on the Ember, the blink on the DK. Keep in mind though, that combo is online. I don't care about these BKBs from Gambit. If they're not careful, a BKB to Armel blinks in, Dragon Tail, immediate chakra, you can 100% somebody very easily with those two stuns.
Gambit are grouping up as well for their own kind of maneuver. There's no smoke coming on the courier. In fact, I don't think, yeah, there's no smoke for them. They're waiting around Roshan. They need the Force Staff to also arrive for the Earthshaker. That's a little bit further behind, but BKB for the Ember. This is going to be his timing with the BKB at the Batrider. And who do you find? Like TNC, they find nothing. There's air. They're looking for Midas. And he gets one. Settle down.
Yeah. I really like this though from Gambit. They were playing so aggressive this entire time, but they recognized the change in the status quo. The BKBs are online. We cannot continue to play so aggressive. TNC all of a sudden are the ones that are 5. They're running at us, and we don't necessarily have a high percentage play here. A fight at best for you now is 50-50, even with this huge kill lead. You've got to take it on better terms.
I love the perfect circle that gets drawn out by Gambit too. This is exactly where they are. FNG then draws a line. It's like, okay, we establish control across this area. Batrider is actually fireflying that exact line they drew on the mini-map. Come through here, scout out what you got.
Ember Spirit shoving top. What's he got next? BKB into Lincoln's queued up. And that's the right answer. We just discussed how he dies, right? A blink Dragon Tail. All of a sudden now he'll have time to react, get that Remnant out, maybe get a slide off. It's by you need a Lincoln's in this game. I really like this decision. Well, actually, all of the stuns of TNC are point and click, to be honest.
That's a nice arcane ring to bottle up for the Ember Spirit. DK thought he had that.
The best rune for an Ember. Especially when you go the spell build. Ags up on Dream, perhaps looking to make something happen soon. Game, now we see like that cat and mouse aspect in the mid game, right? What was that, the NIP series, I think on day 1? It wasn't Dota, but Defense of the Roche Pit. We might see that come up sometime soon.
We need 30 minutes
Maybe.
for it. Oh, money! He went all in on red.
That one maneuver cut the gold lead from 2K to 1K. So well played by KP, man. He rolls those dice well.
And it's a shame you can't do Snake Eyes. Like, why can't I come up the opposite direction? It's like, oh, I lost money. Hand of Midas now gets balanced.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask for this. Gambit pick up a gem. This is great. You're playing against a Slark. You're never going to win the map control battle unless you grab one, but this means...
They see the Obs. They're trying to get rid of it. TK jumps in. Don't lose that gem. Now they're in trouble. Sharpslow needs to get himself out of here. The lasso, he's moving around the tree lines, going up on the hillside. And with the lasso, they hold him there for the moment. But Batrider still low on life. And the Ignite is just KP forcing back Gambit. That blink forward and blink away. Sorry, Gambit gets out.
Really
with
nice.
all their heroes, are they actually all going to be able to escape here? More Sleight of Fist, more Searing Chains, Gyrocopter, not ready to fight again just yet. Flak Cannon's on cooldown for the moment. It's just chaining the stuns, and now with the spirits forward, GPK now triggers his BKB. They waited as long as they possibly could, isolating KP further up that mid lane. He'll end up dropping, and here comes Vampire. The fissure, the totem stun is just chain stunning down Tims. He can't do anything about it. Another 2 heroes lost here for TNC, and they really dragged that fight out, Gambit.
Dude, they're playing so well. This is not the same Gambit from that first game. Of course, they really didn't have the same opportunities considering they had an entire animal menagerie on top of their high ground by 17 minutes.
And they never had a moment to get on.
Yeah, this
How do
is
they
their
not?
style. Oh.
Really? Really? The fight's not important anymore.
So far, that's the best thing that's happened for TNC. They haven't found a kill since Slark got that solo pick off a while back.
Well, Slark's finished his Lincoln Sphere now. So if Gambit want to come high ground, they'll have to battle into this. But the scans are coming from Radiant. They look towards Roshan. I still can't believe Batrider didn't die. He was initiated on by Slark. That should have been a kill.
They're just following the flow of the fight so well on Gambit. That lasso comes off with the soul bind, but you realize, wait, we don't actually want to fight just yet, but let's get some damage out. And then they retreat. They recognize, don't fight into the BKBs, and then they re-engage, even with just the one spirit. GPK gets buffed up by the Inkswell and just moves forward.
I see 5 creeps. 1 hops for 160 gold. Great Fissure block. Vampire holds Gabby in place. He'll go for the BKB, but Vampire, his own Force-Staff gets him away, and Gabby's BKB wasted. That was his 9-second one. Jarek is staying with him. Here comes Shashlo. Blink Dagger is available. He'd love to get the Slark, especially when he mispounces like that. The Sleight of Fist looking for information, and the information they get is over towards KP. The Lincoln Sphere put onto him to try and protect him. They don't break the lasso.
Yeah.
Great patience from Shashlo, not just to throw it out. He's waiting for FNG. He's waiting for the Wombo combo.
Yeah, and Gabby also has a Lincoln, so the bat cannot actually self-cancel that either. There's no way to lasso that hero. And just, dude, this Grimstroke Ember combination, man, I can't believe we don't see this more often. GPK just gets bumped up and goes ham. These non-BKB heroes have no hope once they get jumped on.
I remember the ESL Katowice, I think it was, when OG came in and said, hey, you know, this hero actually has a lot of great combinations to work with, a Grimstroke and plus whatever the hell you want.
Is under attack.
It's very true. Gabby.
Maybe problematic bottom lane. Shashlo gets hit pretty hard.
No,
Gabby's going to be nearby. The BKB is up and Shashlo walks away. Gabby was here for the rune.
Yeah.
I don't think it was on the same page as Tim's looking for that quick fight.
I like how Gabby has that awareness. Realizes, oh, nope, he got the BKB off. There's no reason to pursue here. Instead, he'll just TP top, shove out that wave.
They TP'd everyone to bottom lane so fast. Like, everybody but Dream came to bottom. 1. Not that great anymore, KP. Where's that Australian luck?
7K the gold lead for Gambit. I feel bad. I honestly counted him out. It's like 6 minutes in, I'm like, oh, there's no way you're going to play that well. But
it's like, wait, we have really great initiation. We can be really aggressive. Let's put that to the test once again. The Lotus Orb, that comes in way too late, but it's trying to predict the DK. He's dead for 70 seconds. If you wanted a window to go for Roshan, this will be it for Gambit. Gyrocopter cracks level 20. And in they go. Same with Ember.
Yeah, look, I still love this TNC lineup. It's just, you know, at some point, guys, you're going to have to try and get aggressive, right? They haven't made a move. They haven't looked. It's 31 minutes in. TNC haven't made a single aggressive maneuver. I think they don't even cross the river. This is not the typical playstyle we see out of these guys. And have they even got a kill in the last 20 minutes?
You can check the bar. I'm seeing they destroyed an Observer Ward. I have a destroyed Observer Ward. And Gabby, last kill they got was on the Grimstroke. That was the last kill they got. And that was around the 25-minute mark.
March. He is 6 levels below FNG.
He's also totally dead if Shashlo. Actually, he doesn't have Firefly. They can't see him that way. But to chase him up through the fog of war, March just keeps running towards the east. Puts down his Observer Ward. Batrider. Does he find him? Off the side. Really? We're watching KP do this instead of the kill. Bad.
But he ward right in front of the Batrider, so another one goes down. This is part of why TNC are on the back foot. They have absolutely no vision on the map. This really hurts.
They're trying to hit that power from the high ground defense, but Gambit's smart enough not just to push in.
Yeah.
I asked the question around the 19-minute mark, does Gambit go high ground? They've done this before during the tournament. Do you add the pressure? They're like, no, we pull back. We understand we're not ready yet. And all these upgrades, like Lina just finished up an Aghanim Scepter as well. It's like, I've got damage, but there's no target presenting itself. And when it does, it's Batrider, who's got BKB and is dragging heroes back into a better position for Gambit.
Trying to think of what TNC are waiting for at this point.
Divine Intervention.
And they're recovering a bit around the map, though. They finally got some vision up to play around.
You're still running 6 Midases over on TNC. Those extra ones are all on Ogre. FNG is going to add the pressure on top. Earthshaker's ready to fight. If he just gets a little information. The sentry ward's on the hillside. Here comes Sharshlo. DK's a nice little target, but KP's presenting himself a little bit more with the Lotus Orb up. They don't want to instantly jump on him, but they're just waiting it out. And now with a call down, the lasso, it doesn't come in from the barrel right. Never got his BKB off in time, but the Soulbind, the Heron hold them together. Now the lasso will arrive. Ogre will drop, and so will Gabby. He was meant to be the savior of TNC, and now he's got to actually bite back. March is down as well. They're under the tier 4 towers. Gambit pushing in hard. Now they feel the opening, but TNC will stand their ground as hard as they can. Armel doesn't have a lot of life to work with.
Yep, they've got that Aegis on the gyro along with the Butterfly Ags. He does a ton of damage, and as you said, forcing the 2 buybacks. Gabby didn't even get his ult off in that engagement. I think he got surprised. I think the Soulbind came out as the rocket was like mid-flight, and I'm pretty sure it hit both, and it wasn't something he expected, obviously. Then boom, there's a lasso and he's dead. Very interesting engagement. TNC just not getting anything, really. I don't think I've seen a better played game from Gambit in this tournament. And they've had to do this. You need to play perfectly in this kind of game. They've done exactly that. Just slowly but steadily churning the game, growing their lead all the way up to 14,000 gold now.
And TNC, so difficult to come outside their base. Gambit don't even have a ward perimeter. It's not even, like, a lot of the points isn't there. All right, efficiency time for everybody. Just keep that wave being evaporated as Gambit try and force in.
And so far, that's the only bright spot of this game for TNC.
They still try and come out, like put the Lotus Orb over on Slug, the homing missile from Gyrocopter, and there's your Soulbind. Once again, they're looking for that combination, trying to get rid of it. Donk onto both. Try and break free. Armel blinks forward, able to get the sun over on Batrider, 4-staff him away. The call down, creating that space for Gambit just to start retreating. These BKBs are just dropping. That's a 6-second BKB now on the Dragon Knight. Gabby's down to 7 seconds on his.
And 4 bounty runs are going to go to the way of Gambit. All 3 lanes shoving into the TNC base. This is how you play a game. You want to watch, you want to study up how to take a lead and continuously grow it until you obtain total map control. Gambit are writing a book on it. You can see that net worth advantage just slowly but surely. TNC haven't picked up a kill in the last 10 minutes. And before that one pick off on the support, it's all the way back. Oh my God, it's all the way back where?
Yeah. I actually need a
11 minutes.
It was a while. Poor little Grimstroke, last one they got. Earthshaker can't get in. They can't get vision on the high ground. Making it difficult just to get that big Echo Slam off, but I'm actually almost liking these Observer Ward places from Gambit. They're too far out for TNC to get rid of it, and because of that, like what happens, if Slark runs out in a fight, he doesn't have that movement speed, he can't just wrap around the rear of Gambit, because Gambit will still see it. There's no, this isn't a Shadow Blade Slark, this is just a Slark that will run wherever the normal vision is. Sentries aren't required. And now we get the double hex, so FNG has decided the Vice to go with his Soulbind. He's already been comboing well with the rest of Gambit's lineup. Now he can just do it himself.
Almost level 20. Love the Grimstroke's talents. He's get 90 GPM, 10 minutes, or level 10 rather, 125 cast range to combine with the Aether Lens. So he can do that from incredibly far away, so long as they have that vision advantage. Though he is in some trouble. Slark is hunting. Will he find him?
In the trees, the smoke's gonna break. Pounds goes a little astray.
Satanic soon to be complete on Dream. That is huge. That status resist going to pay dividends in the event he gets jumped on by a DK Lina combo.
Yeah, Aghanims is done for Ember Spirit. Nice items galore. And for Gambit, that's got to give you the confidence to go high ground. And what do you get in return from TNC? All those minuses going to work to buy a Milonia for DK.
Dude, it's Dota 101. Spend all your money and go make some moves. You finish the Satanic on the gyro. Ags up on the Ember, cheap on FNG. They're all down to like 200 gold, and you just get going. Go take a fight. Make it happen.
Well, let's prepare yourselves. TNC definitely is. The only person who's not currently at this fight is gpk, who's just getting some last-minute farming in.
KP.
And the creep wave is dead.
18k the gold lead for Gambit, but TNC, man, they have continued to double down on their strategy. Armel even going for the 210 GPM talent at 20 instead of 25 strength. They are playing for the long game here.
They are looking for a jump. Here comes Shashlo. BKB can't get the lasso. The Soulbind is onto the Slark, but they're so far back to the tier 4 towers. Gambit missing the initiation. They'll get some chip damage into the tier 3 tower, but the Soulbind is worn off. Dream, he's standing his ground the front lines. He's still got that satanic, but he needs a BKB and get the flat cannon damage out under the cooldown. Also retreating. Slark wants this fight. He's BKB'd. He's shadow danced up, but now that will also wear off. TNC retreating, but we're in again. The Echo Slam! Vampire! He waited perfectly to bring down TNC all the way. Can they do it? Yeah, they can. Ember to the tier 4 towers. Grabs Gabby, grabs Tims, moves to KP. A triple kill for gpk. Buybacks will come thick and fast from TNC, but because the MKB was bought by the Slark, he does not have one.
And still on cooldown too, Toby. 2 minutes 30 remaining. Gambit should know he's down for the count.
Away.
Right to the shrine. They're gonna try and heal up, and I think he just comes straight back into the game.
Another Soulbind from FNG. It's just creating the space to get through the creep wave into that melee Rax. The Soulbind will now wear off.
Dude, they're gonna go, I think you can even perhaps go throne here. That's a DD on the gyro. You know there's no Slark for quite some time.
My God, he's gonna destroy them all. The Observer and Sentry are so deep in TNC's base as well. They see so much. Even without the Echo Slam, Lasso is up with the BKB, so Barrider can get this long jump. He just needs a decent target. Blinding Light pushes him back, the Searing Chains. Coddle's broken free by the Lotus Orb. But this bottom lane of Rax dying so quickly. Still got another 25% of that DD rune left for Dream. And wow, hey!
Oh!
Whoa, whoa! Ember Spirit, that ain't your home! But he just stole the rug.
Mike, they're just cruising, man. They're gonna get Megas off this.
Sure. Slark's still dead for another 30 seconds.
The only 2 heroes they've killed were the ones without buyback, so they know it's a 3-on-5.
Like, what's your initiation? gpk does a Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, and already you're starting to worry. You're having a Lotus Orb for that. Lincoln Spear just absorbs the first up. DK hacked so quickly by FNG. The Soulbind, who wants to come in close with a flat cannon from Dream? Ogre's losing his life quickly. The Lasso is pulling the DK back out while Ember, underneath the fountain, is looking to dive once again. No, he'll show some tolerance. The DK, he'll lead got out to safety, but remember what they came for, Gambit. It's clinical. They are removing all of the Rax. Megas are their way. Dude, with a double Searing Change, you know they feel like they want to go again, but DK will jump forward, gets the blink stun, a quick 4-staff. Gambit still here as 5. Can think about turning around. They don't have any big abilities apart from the Echo Slam, but the creep waves are dying so quickly. It's less effective.
Shrine is under attack.
Megas acquired. Dude, I don't think gpk should get Ember again for the rest of the series. You see that casual slight dodge on the...
Oh, the Hex into the silence. The DK Fisher stun is out. The Echo Slam from Vampire. They just want to keep him chain locked. The Will-O-Wisp cannot stop Gambit from bringing him down. Buyback is available for the DK. March is doing the best he can just to push this lane back out, and Gabby, he was meant to have a free game. He was meant to be the hunter, but he became the hunted. And Gambit move for the tier 4 towers. They want to end this now. They want to ensure that they're going to level this series up at 1 apiece. The BKB Batrider, drag him back in for the double lasso, hold them in place, and bring him down and push out the GG from TNC's lips. Gambit tie the series and ensure that TNC don't just whitewash this grand final.
That was so sick, man. Like, TNC, I don't know. It's not hubris. Like, this is a team, they came here to